First visit to the stereo store, much like my first visit to the album record store. I am Marqua, hosting a musical journey. I am here with my producer Billy and his girlfriend Darla. We're going to introduce another on the beer can series, Morgan McDonald beer can series. If you know him, you love him. Those are the three, and he still has them. Still has them. We've got Fitzger's Rex beer, Milwaukee's premium beer, and Rhinelander export beer. I am sitting here in South Florida, getting drizzled on and attacked by bugs. And you up north think you've got it bad. I don't think so. Anyway, the premise of this show is going to be because the first album I bought for myself was Boston, their first album. Then Styx, The Grand Illusion, then Kansas Point of No Return. And here's where I'm going to introduce the point of no return. The point of no return was going into an album store with banners and posters and everything that you absolutely have to have. That's the point of no return. You're coming back. They know it. You know it. And even worse is the stereo store. High fidelity. I remember the first time I walked into that store, and I can't remember exactly where it was in Mount Prospect-ish, but I walked in, and I was just... My parents gave me a little bit extra allowance because they knew I was good for it. But I walked in, and I remember immediately looking left. Bang & Olufsen. I had to go look. I looked. The price tag also not in my price range. So as I walked around that store with all the amps and the receivers and the speakers, separate room for the car stereos, I knew that I was at the point of no return. So, like I said, I was a good student in high school. This was grade school, I think. Yeah, grade school. Because when I bought the Boston album, I came home, and for my 7th grade graduation, I had gotten a one and all speaker thing. So you got your receiver and then your turntable, or I'll call it a record player, because that's basically what it was. And it's got this huge top on it for no reason whatsoever. You could fit a cake under there. So anyway, when I bought my first album home, Boston, I'm like, I'm not playing this album on this record player, the needle quality. What about the needle quality? And just the sound of tin, basically. So I negotiated with parents, and I got a loan. No interest. That's what you get when you get good grades, baby. So I went out and I was in the stereo store and looking around after the Bang & Olufsen, and I settled on bugs. Pioneer. Pioneer was my first receiver, amp, and then the ever popular Pioneer Yum. Yeah, I'm hungry. HPM 100s. Huge speakers. Didn't mean they were good. Obviously, Bose makes really small speakers that are of better quality, but that's what I got. That was my first stereo system, and I remember going home, and I remember hooking it all up, and then waiting for it to get dark and turning on the stereo and the lights. The aura of the lights of a stereo system in the dark is absolutely fantastic. I had witnessed it before because my friends have older brothers, and it was beautiful, and the sound was beautiful. What else did I want to say on here? Yes, Billy, I have notes. There's nothing like the aura of stereo lights, which I already mentioned. There's nothing like the superb, rich, full sound of music that comes from a quality hi-fi system. Full, perfect sound at every volume level. I had to explain this to my dad once. He asked, why do you need to have a sound system that is so loud? You never listen to the stereo at the highest volume level anyway. I said, true. The more amps you have, the better sound quality you have at lower levels of volume. He nodded in agreement, and thus the need for my ever-increasing ampage over the years was never questioned. Thank you. So anyway, that's my kind of, we're going to go into more of the music stuff, the musical journey. We'll get back into the deep cuts, and then we'll go back to the musical journey. On behalf of my producer, Billy, his girlfriend, Darla, and on behalf of all the bugs that are climbing all over me from Southwest Florida, I am Marqua, hosting It's a Musical Journey. How now, brown cow? And I hear you clucking, big chicken. And scene. And of course, if you need me, I will be with a fantastic van radio in a van. Where, Billy? Down by, boom, the river. So I'll see you next time on a different video. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.